Hello. We are playing some Brigandine. Now, this is a absolutely classic game, which is probably going to require me turning down some of the sound. Scale this back a little. Okay, yeah, so this is a PS1 classic. It is a absolutely fantastic game. Sorry if you hear me opening a Coke. Let's see here. So who do we pick? Now I've beat the game with everyone, of course. I think what we're gonna do is, I love this dude. I love Scalio. Such a fun little chaotic group of people. We'll go with normal. It's been a while since I played this. I pick it up every year or two. Play a little bit of it. Good, 40 hours. Now there's a new game, and I think there's a third coming out, or maybe out now. I don't know. I'd have to check. But yeah, when this initially dropped, I was a kid then, and it was one of my favorites for the way that it played and how just fun it was. So we get some wonderful background, I guess. Story. Led us to victory over the king of Norgard, who was the worst enemy of Almakia. He consolidated our victory by taking away part of their territory from the king's successor, Vaynard. The peace of this continent and the prosperity of our kingdom are all due to your achievements as commander of the Almakian army. Get to the point. You're right. Kador. Here to tell you that King Hengwist has a warrant for your arrest. Ooh. It seems that those who are jealous of your achievements have given him this idea. You are being charged with treachery. I wonder why he would be doing that. That's ridiculous. I've done nothing but devote myself to the victory and prosperity of this kingdom. How dare they question my loyalty? They must die for this. You have done all the preparation, and all I need now is your order. It's time you killed the king and became the new leader. There we go. So easily swayed. Time those pigs in the palace realize how much power I have. Good times. So this is, I'm using DuckStation for this. This is emulated. The actual disc is sitting behind me. Got it stuck in its original case, and I have a PS2 that still works to play it, but maybe a PS3. I can't remember. They're all put away right now. And the DuckStation allows me to, stream it, play it. Sacred King Calendar, month 2, year 215. A coup d'etat was pulled by the commander of the troops, Zemachis. King Hengwist was defeated, and the castle was occupied by the commander's army. The long history of the Almakia kingdom was put to an end, and the Asgaris Empire was born. These guys are the de facto bad guys. I think in the Grand Edition, there was a sort of updated version in Japan that allowed you to play as that empire. When I was new to this game, and the North American version doesn't have that. So to be able to play as the Asgar's Empire, you had to put in a cheat code. Commander Zemachis of Almalkia started a rebellion and built the Asgar's Empire. What a joke. Zemachis, that muscle brain, sure makes me laugh. He killed his master and took over a country. Well, that's not too bad. Your Majesty, this is no laughing matter. The fall of Amalkia means the collapse of an old order. It is possible that some ambitious person started the war. We should take precautions. Use your brain. I'd rather start a war rather than worrying about being attacked by someone. Don't you see something as simple as this? There are, of course, a ton of strategies to this game. I'm going to try and just remember the various sort of tricks. There are a number of knights you can get, but only if you do, certain right actions. And I don't know that I remember them all. It's like I said, I play it once a year or so, but I haven't played it with a lot of intent, I guess, in quite a while. So some of these strategies I don't remember anymore. We get to summon creatures from each of our various bases. If you've never played this before, they all have various little stats, and each base has different grouping of creatures that you can pull from. They have a cost. Each round will get some cost back. We can send knights on quests. We can move them around. We can attack, all that good jazz. So what we are going to do, Iria, I believe we lose at some point, but I can't quite remember. We're going to send Hula on a quest. She's relatively low level. We're going to move, let's see, Drist, Iria, Camden, and Ulster. You know what, maybe Ulster can also go on a quest. Yeah, we're going to move these guys, and we're going to set them in Aston. Perfect. Okay, we're going to send Ulster on a quest. Now, Hadrian has 2 knights, 4 monsters. This is definitely beatable. We've got a mage and a monk. Okay, not bad, not bad. And in that we have Aston. On our side we have Aston. So we've got 3 knights. Yeah, okay, so we've got Miguel, Lucia, and Teeth. Teeth is a level 2 fighter. He is hard to get up to decent levels, but if you work him enough, you can get there. Lucia and Miguel are both pretty good characters. So we can take a look at his actions here. You can make him a paladin pretty easily, if I remember right. So up in the top right, you're going to see ground and sky, the circle and a triangle. Sometimes there's an X there as well. It is what they are weak and strong against. Weak, strong, and neutral. I believe, if I remember right, the circle is neutral. The triangle is strong, and the X is weak too. I'll have to kind of test that out. Yeah, so we get various little tidbits of background for each of the characters if we decide to look at them. Sometimes this is a good one. as an example, sometimes there is little hints as to some quest conditions. So this dude is part of 3 siblings that were separated and forced to work for different countries in order to maintain the family name. Now, if you play this right, you can get all 3 of those guys back together on your side. I forget how to do that. There's a condition where you have to send him on a quest after a certain event has happened. Yeah, so let's go ahead. What we're gonna do is we're gonna summon. We're gonna grab another centaur, I think. Yeah. We get a little summon animation. Wonderful polygons of PS1 era graphics. Absolutely love it. Alright. And now what we're going to do is we're going to organize, because we want, of course, that we want that guy to be here. Yeah, so we can min-max the cost, but we don't need to do that right now. It actually might be beneficial for us to get one more here with that fighter. I don't think we have any extra equipment right now. In this version of the game, you can only equip heroes, with a few very notable exceptions. I think there's a couple items that work specifically on a couple of types of monsters, but for the most part, you can only equip your leaders. In the newer version of the game that was released a couple years ago, you can equip monsters, and that's decent. It's pretty fun. Yeah, you can use, yeah, there we go. You can use various items for permanent or semi-permanent bonuses to stats and stuff. Okay, I think, yeah, you know what? It's probably enough. 3 and 8. Okay, so if we turn a bone, so we have to be conscious of where we are attacking and what that leaves us for defense. Oh yeah, we've got this lettuce note. So who is here? You just, oh, just Daffy. Daffy is fantastic. Okay, Daffy, we're gonna move you. Come up to Xanis, and yeah, I think that's enough. Everybody else has been moved, so we're gonna end this. We're gonna end this turn, and then I think what we're going to do is we're gonna take Hadrian. I don't know if we're gonna stay there or not, and it'll depend if they decide to put a bunch of people there. But let's find out. So execute that move. And now we are in the attack phase. There we go. So they did bring in some extra army, but if I remember right, you can't use them for defense that first time you move. So if I take these guys and I choose to attack Hadrian, what should happen is I should be able to push them back, because they only have 2 versus my 3 and my better outfit of creatures. Now they did boost this guy, Shinraha. He's the only ninja in the game. This dude is the only ninja you can possibly get, and to get him you have to beat the Asgaris Empire, and then he'll come to you I think after a certain number of turns or after a certain year happens. Can't remember exactly the condition, but the only way to get a ninja in the game is to kill Asgaris. Fighting him, especially late in the game, sucks. He is a solo beast. He is not fun to fight. But killing Asgaris and early is difficult because you just don't have the true power. Yeah, okay. We're going to execute this turn phase. We're going to get into attack. We're going to try and beat off the attack, and then that'll probably be it, honestly, for tonight. I can't stream for a ton of time, but let's see. We're going to put Teeth out first because he's going to get closest to the road. Lucia is going to go north, and Miguel is going to go south, I believe is how that... Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, there we go. All right. Now, depending on your speed, depends on who moves first. So the speed of your leader is who moves first, and the blue is our zone of control. Anything out of our zone of control, if we don't get them back in our zone control, is weaker and suffers worse status conditions and can be left behind if you get defeated or lose, or if you retreat or anything like that. So you want to try and keep them in the blue as much as you can. Alright, pull this guy up here because he's going to go pretty close to the mountains there. Our unicorn is one of our only healer types at this stage of the game. Ooh, I maybe went too far. Probably shouldn't have done that. I think I got too close to that wyvern, and I think the wyvern is probably going to try and take me out. We're going to pull him up here. Pull this guy up here. So the danger with this... Oh good, they didn't try. The danger with this grouping is I don't really have any strong tanks. Now my strongest tank is the Mandrake right over here, and my second strongest is the Giant, as far as like units goes. The Lizardmen are somewhat decent. They excel in water, but of course there's no water on this map, so it doesn't really help. If you move along the roads, you do get extra movement, and yeah, as soon as we get close enough that they think that they have an advantage, they will try to attack us. So if we can get into a half decent formation before then, it is definitely beneficial for us. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Giant here. I'm going to bring Miguel in. We're going to put him here because he's going to be front line. We're going to bring our Wyvern there. Wyvern. Which is the correct way to say that? We'll never know. These guys. Let's... how much mana do you have? 164. Okay, and how much does that cost? 61. Okay. It'd be better off to keep that for silent. Okay, so what we're going to do is... I'm going to move this guy up just one tile. Move this guy up one tile, I think, as well. I'm going to move him back. Move her forward. And we're going to wait. There we go. Okay. So you can tell that you're close to triggering their response when they don't just immediately skip their turn, right? They kind of skipped based off of they went to get each character. And that is a pretty clear warning sign that that you are getting close to when they are going to move. If your leader gets knocked out, you are done with that. You are done with that battle, and you will get ejected and forced retreat. Your leader will be sent back to the capital, and you'll have to move them. So it's a whole thing. So a good strategy, if you want to maximize your ability to win is to just power down the leadership, right? Hit Philo, for example, with everything we've got, knock her 405 HP down, and then you will win. Your guys will get some EXP. If you want to maximize the EXP for your team, you want to kill everything and leave the leaders as long as you can. But there's a delicate balance to pulling that off. Let's move. Yeah, I think it might be better to put some shields in front of yeah, we're gonna bring this guy up. We're gonna bring this guy up. They're probably going to attack us now. Okay, we could. Shield our giant. Yeah, you've just got a twin bow or a short bow and a... Okay, I think we're gonna skip your turn entirely. She'll come. Yep. There we go. Now the giant has terrible accuracy. Oh, this is still with the battles. So this is not something that you usually get with the new Brigandine, these little battle scenes. I loved this when I was a kid. Sometimes you crit and they do special little animations. Just the best. I'm going to leave it on for this battle. You can turn it off and it makes battles go faster, which I know a lot of people will do. Oh yeah, okay. So what we're going to do here is we are going to do something somewhat dumb. Oh no, we're not. No, you know what? We're not going to do that. Because this guy, you probably have Geno Flame, don't you? Let me look at you. Next. Yep, right there, Geno Flame. So that's going to... He can pop that twice. Right? No, once, maybe. But it's going to hurt everybody in a circle around him, so... We'll maybe not try that. But I do want to be fairly aggressive here. Maybe we will. You know what? Let's go for it. We're going to attack the unicorn. The mage is definitely going to send a fireball at one of us. But that's okay. Occasionally the unicorn has a critical attack that will knock your unit backwards a tile, which can be super fun when it decides to proc. Alright, so we want to start hitting Chantal. Oh, nice. That was a good hit. Good hit. He's going to bonk us with that little staff. It's going to do basically nothing. Yep. They are glass cannons. Mages in this. So we got a level out of that. And I think we can come up here and we're going to attack this little dude. This guy doesn't have any traditional attack. He's only got MP based attacks. And he can only do a couple of them. But when you level them up and they gain a new class, they can be kind of a pain in the butt. Crit for 128. Fantastic. Alright, this guy's going to move in, but most of his abilities are going to be pretty hampered by the fact that the other two weaker characters came in first. So color will matter here too, right? Red will take more damage from blue. Blue will take more damage from green. White will take more damage from black. Elements. So there's the unit type. You know, flying, flying, ground, and whatever other one. Forget what the third one is. Water. And then there is the damage type as well. So I can nail the unicorn, and I'd probably hurt it pretty good. I think I'm gonna try and hit the wyvern, although the Jinn might be the better option here. Let's go for it. Nice. Oh, pressed the wrong button. There we go. Okay, we're going to pull this guy around, up and around here. We're going to hit Philo herself. As a cleric, she's got a couple of, like, Holy Word, probably. So she does have some offensive spells, but if we can keep her healing, it will stop her from using those, because they will always prioritize healing over damage. That's not necessarily true. I say always, but usually they will prioritize healing over damage. Okay, we're gonna power fist this guy. Good hit. Nice, respectable 109 damage. There we go, 73 damage back. Okay, so now we're going to move this guy in, and I think what we'll try to do here is actually hit Chantal the Mage. So our centaurs can shoot through one space. You can level them up and they can shoot through 2 spaces, I believe. But by default, initially, they shoot 1 space away. Okay, now for her, we don't really want this guy to be moving a whole lot, so I think what we'll do is we're just going to come here and we're just going to try and take him out as much as we can. If Lucia can get level 10, we can change her class. We can class her up to a better form of archer, or we could play with her class a little bit and try and change her into, I think that she can get to be a Valkyrie, although I don't know if she's good for that. I can't remember. This little dude, when he gets his chance, is going to shoot a thing down. It's going to hit both of these guys. Almost certainly. Oof, almost got him dead. That's pretty good. I'm gonna move this guy up closer, just so that we have the range to heal. We've got silent, but we can only reach the dude that doesn't matter. So we're gonna have to move, which means we can't cast silent this round on anybody that's useful. I would very much like to cast it on the cleric or the mage, but probably not going to get that chance. Yeah, she'll heal him. He'll attack. He'll probably move up and try and take the pixie out, because it's the smartest bet. Nope, he's going to go for Miguel. Okay. So he's going to die next round for sure. Yeah, he crit me for 96. I'm not even concerned. 93 damage, not bad. He didn't use his thing. Amazing. These mandrakes can occasionally paralyze you with a lucky hit. They also just are utter tanks. Like, they will take a pounding. That 600 HP goes a long way. Yeah, Geno Flame. Okay, that makes sense. So he's going to be pretty useless here after he pops this. I think he can maybe get one more off. We'll have to look at his stats. But he can't do a whole lot to us. After this, he's got maybe one fireball. Maybe two. But he's going to hurt everybody in the meantime. And for some pretty significant numbers. We don't have a healing AoE to buff these guys up for a while here. So, yeah, what we're going to do is we are absolutely going to attack. Ooh, should we attack the Wyvern? If we kill it, we definitely kill it. Like if I attack this guy, we'll definitely hit him and kill him. Which will mean we do get a level. Let's try it. I think we've got enough archers in the background there that we can kill the Drake pretty easily. The Wyvern, I meant, yeah. Okay, poof. 180 experience. We're going to move our Mandrake in, and yeah, let's use you on the Wyvern. Wyvern. I think it's Wyvern. There we go, 58. He's probably going to do around 100. Yeah. It doesn't really matter. He is getting experience every time he defends too, so like he's level 2 now. It's not actually a big deal. Okay, so I think I'm going to hit him again. Just go for this mage. He's got 160 MP left, and I believe Geno Flame costs 164, so he can't hit us with another one of those, but he can do targeted damage still. So if we can stop him from being able to do that, it will be better. It'll be better for everyone. There we go, 94 damage. And 40 something? Yeah, 40 something in return. Alright, so this guy's turn first. He's going to move in. Yeah, that's expected. There we go. I was hoping he'd miss. I was about to say Giants don't have the worst accuracy in this game, but they definitely don't have great accuracy. They will miss a lot. They just hit like dump trucks when they do hit. Heal? You have a heal? Why do you have a heal? You're a grappler, I thought. Leonia, the kingdom that we're fighting. Oh, he's a monk. That's right. The kingdom that we're fighting has a lot of healers, so it's very, very easy for them to turtle up and just kind of wait and fend off these kind of attacks for a long time in the game. Now, unfortunately, we lost one of our guys. That sucks, but we're going to make the most of it by, I think, killing Chantal. Yeah, let's try. I don't know if we can actually bring him down because they healed him, and that was not in my plan. I forgot that guy had that option. But I would like to get one of their guys off the board. What do we have? Yeah, we just got to heal. We're going to come in. Hit Philo directly. Okay. I think we can probably get her out of the way when it's Lucia's turn here. Let's bring this guy up. This is a risky, this is a gamble here. But we're gonna try and smack the mage. I don't think it'll kill him. We're gonna leave ourselves a little bit open here. I think we can move one of our centaurs on Lucia's turn up here. We're going to hit Philo, and then I think if we hit her with Lucia, we should hopefully kill her. It'll depend on how much damage this guy does. If he crits, we're definitely going to win. 73, we got this. So 83 damage, we should be able to do that with our primary archer here. We're going to move her up. And then this wyvern, that's the danger guy right there. We're going to get him off the board when Lucia kills this. Critical attack. Ah, fantastic. Boom. There we go. So she gets pulled, and there's a chance that somebody fails to escape, and then we get that character. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move up. We are going to... Oh, we can't hunter shot him, hey? Shoot. I was really hoping we could take him out. What other options do we have? None, really. Okay. We're going to cast Silent on... Try and silence him. Successful, okay. We're going to heal... Ooh, heal Teeth maybe? Yeah, Teeth is probably the most hurt of the people that we can reach. So we'll heal him up. It'll give us a little bit of XP. Then we're going to come down here and we'll just hit the unicorn. They're almost certainly going to retreat. They might not, but the balance of power here has dramatically shifted. Normally they'll take an attack or two with their guy to get the most EXP that they can. And then they'll retreat when it becomes their hero's turn. Yeah, heal. And then retreat. Yep, exactly what I thought. Okay, so with those two retreated, Ryzen will also definitely retreat. Now what we can do to make this more painful for him is we can try and surround his giants and weaken them. If they are weak and surrounded, they will have much less chance of getting away, which means we can keep them. If they're paralyzed or anything like that, or if we can push them out of the zone of control, that will make them more likely to get left behind as well. So there's various things that you can do to kind of game the ability to steal units. There are some units that you can only get by, well, not only get, but that you will have a much easier time getting if you steal them. Trying to level them up is very difficult. Typically, each of the various groups has one or two pretty high level monsters right off the start that that will be hard to beat. I think these guys have a Hydra, if I remember correctly. Escalio, like the country that I am, has a Hydra. There's a bunch of them that have various dragons. Yeah, we can look around here after this maybe. Oh, so he's gonna try and, oh yeah, no, he's just gonna retreat. Perfect. Now everybody will get 200 XP because we won, which is fantastic. Everybody except for the guy that got left behind. Right, so. It's a little tedious when you get into higher levels and there's more units and stuff like that, but yeah, there we go. Okay, we've conquered our first castle. And we get to look at our first couple of quests. Ulster's quest. Ulster met a dwarf in the forest. The dwarf spoke to Ulster as if they were old friends. Hello, would you like to have this? It's free. Then the dwarf reached out with a strange mushroom. Hey, what's wrong? Don't you like mushrooms? It's unlikely that a knight is afraid of tiny mushrooms, don't you think? The dwarf was staring at Ulster with a smile. Then Ulster ate the mushroom. The mushroom tasted strange, but the taste was not bad. How's that? That was my best one. Well then, see you later. So this is going to be a stat bonus, I think. Oh no, okay, I know what this one is. Yep. Voices came from somewhere. My throat has been strange lately. I can't sing as usual. You should take care of yourself. Anyway, everyone is looking forward to hearing you sing. Ulster looked around but found no one. Hey, we have a guest. Shall we greet the knight? There's nothing we can do. Humans can't understand our language. You're right. Ulster looked around again but only found two birds chirping at each other on a branch. But Ulster could understand them as if humans were talking. Ulster understood the language of the birds. This must be the power of the dwarf's mushroom. The thief came the other day to hide some treasure again. Again, I bet he hid it in the hollow tree, right? You're right, that guy does it all the time. Wonder why no one has found them. Ulster was so excited to hear their story. Ulster got through the forest. Ulster found a hollow tree. This must be the tree that the birds were talking about. Ulster immediately checked the tree, found claims solace, along with a bag of coins. Power of the mushroom has worn off. So we got an item from that one. Came on a lake in the course of the voyage. Small unattended boat came. Get on the boat. Go to the island full of flowers and birds. Tall tree, mysterious voice. An old man near the roots. Merge to the tree. Teach you the rune power I learned at the root of this tree. So tired of fighting that I came here. I've been here ever since. The old man tells a story. Never give up your effort to understand. It's the only way you can master that rune power. Been here for hundreds of years, however I don't understand what this tree is thinking about. The old man closed his eyes. He must have fallen asleep. Hearing about the rune power, Hula gained 7 points. That's a fairly rare one if I remember right. Getting anything to do with rune power is handy. Very, very handy. Alright, so if we look now, if we go to organize in our equipment, oh yeah, Bahamut, this is the this is our beast that we have with our main guy here. So it's a level 20 dragon type. We also have Gygus. There's a level 10 giant type. So there are some pretty cool upgrades you can get. But what I was going to show is our equipment. So if we look here, yeah, so that is going to be best for Miguel. Let's go here. So this is a white blade. It gives us plus 30 MP. Perfect. And let's take a look at class here so that I can kind of show you. So she's a level 9 scout. She can't be changed right now. So Teeth can be a fighter or a ranger. You'll notice that there's stars above their heads. When they get 3 stars, I believe, they'll keep some of their skills that they know about these characters. So he can change now, but it would not be worth it. You can also class up your creatures when they reach certain levels. Usually it's around level 10, but that's not always the case. Right, so your leader can never change. He or she is always a specific named class that you can't get in any other way. So he's a tyrant. Here's a Valkyrie. That's not what I meant to do. So she could be an enchantress or a cleric. There are various things that you have to do to meet the requirements for things like druids. If we level him up the right way, he can be a necromancer, I think, if I remember right. And he gets quite powerful. He's 4-star. Yeah, okay, it's 5-star. When he's 5-star, you will take one of these things that you know, your skills or a type of magic, and you will carry them forward to the next class that you go to. So you can make some really, really crazy combinations if you're willing to devote the time to it. Ulster, if I remember right, is actually a really good one to get high enough that he keeps healing and then change him into, I think, if I remember right, you go fighter tree with him, and he can become a really, really good knight, if I remember correctly. So rune is how much. Hula's the one that got additional rune power, and that's how many. That is how many creatures she can keep. Right, so she's got 182, and then others have like 320. Right, so getting rune power is super, super useful because it directly relates to how much you can do, how much damage you can do. We're going to take that wyvern, put him here, and yeah, we'll save. We'll save, and then we're going to be done for today, I think. It's a really fun game. Really, really like it. I'm going to save over these old ones. because I haven't played them in quite a while. So, not that we need to. We are on Duck Station, so we can, of course, just leave it in the state that it is. But it's nice to have that extra save. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. So until next time, thanks for hanging out. Happy gaming. See ya.